Hola, chica. Today I'm going to chat a little bit about freedom. Been thinking about it a lot, especially after the first gathering of the Freedom Circle and people's take on freedom. And where do you want more freedom in your life, either inside or outside? Where do you think you're being blocked? What might be blocking you from your freedom? Could it be your parental conditioning? Could it be your health? Different aspects. Could it be people pleasing, caretaking? Could it be limited identity of what you feel that you deserve, are worthy of, or what even fits with just who or what you are? Um, So I've been thinking about these, and you guys have been sharing about them. And one of the things that really popped for me is, what actually does freedom mean to you? Of course, there's freedom from things, and then there's freedom to things. And is freedom equated with free license? Does freedom mean I can do whatever the heck I want and don't you try to stop me? Does it mean I can do whatever I want and I'm not worried about the consequences, whatever? I've been there. Have you? That's a kind of a rebellious stage, almost like the angry teenager, which can happen later in life, by the way. Um, that angry teenager can still be in there and bust out after years of suppression. So, to me, that's not freedom, that's free license. That's free license without responsibility. Free license without even self respect. Certainly, free license without clarity of thinking about the consequences. And then there's freedom to just be loose and relaxed. Just go with the flow. Again, it's another aspect of the whatever aspect. Um, it's freedom without structure and freedom without discipline. And isn't that what freedom is? No structure, no discipline? I don't think so. I think freedom, I was taught this a long time ago, and it seems to be playing out. Freedom actually results from discipline. When I started weighing and measuring my food, and having a structure and a discipline to eat off of a food plan that has no triggering foods on it, but has a lot of vegetables on it, I found more freedom in my life than ever before, because the struggle stopped, the fighting with myself stopped, and I was able to move forward in other ways. Even move forward in my food and my nutrition and how I was taking care of my body and not causing myself terrible rashes. The freedom of not having those terrible rashes, the freedom of not obsessing about what I was going to eat or how much I weighed, what I wasn't going to eat. So the freedom actually came from the discipline and the structure, and I really did need those. I need those in order to have financial freedom. I need to have a discipline and a structure of how I am keeping track of my expenses, my income, my taxes, my savings, etc. So I don't think that freedom is just free flow and relax. I mean, a river needs river banks. Otherwise, it'll just take over the whole landscape, and that's not the kind of freedom we want. And then there's freedom with integrity. To me, I aspire to freedom with clarity, freedom with responsibility, and freedom with integrity. So that means having some boundaries. And yet there's still freedom, even with the boundaries. And like the other structures, um, boundaries with people gives me more freedom, and it actually gives them more freedom to be their authentic self, not people pleasing, not enabling. Let the person be free to be themselves, and I give myself the freedom to be myself. Setting boundaries kindly. Say what you mean, but don't say it mean. But that it's a little bit of a paradox, because what seems like it might not be free actually is freeing if it's done with clarity, with good guidance. And then the other point that one of the circle members brought up, and we've talked about this afterwards, is that if we have one of these negative ideas of freedom, so-called negative ideas of freedom deeply embedded because of our conditioning or what we might have been taught or warned about or experienced earlier in our lives, acted out on maybe, that could give us an ambivalence about freedom. Do I even want to be free? It's not safe. It's not, I'm going to get myself in trouble. It's not worthy. It's not moral. It's selfish, right? So then there's this deep bedded ambivalence about freedom. So what is that going to do? That's going to unconsciously stop me from taking actions to be free. That is going to stop me from embracing my freedom. To me, that's a very interesting point, because limits to freedom are often these unconscious tapes that are running, so-called tapes. These unconscious tapeworms that we don't want anymore, but we don't even know that they're running. So if we can get these up and out and clear and on paper and out in the space, we can clear them away. Plus with the tools, the accelerated light healing tools that we use to clear things away, that it really does help to have awareness of them, to then clear them. How do we make the unconscious conscious? That's a big question. That's one of the things we're doing in the Freedom Circle. We're making the unconscious conscious. It's one of the things we can do in meditation. Start to become aware. And not just during the meditation, but by meditating, we can bring some awareness to our thinking, to our feelings, to our assumptions, to our reactivity. We can bring some awareness to that in the outside the rest of our life, not just on the meditation so-called cushion. So those are some of the thoughts that I've been having about freedom and the realizations and reflections. So do you truly embrace freedom wholeheartedly for yourself and for women? And if not, why not? And what does freedom mean to you? What is freedom to you? For me, it's maybe the highest value in my life. If not, it's right up there. I believe it's before love. I am not looking for a love partner right now. I am embracing freedom. To me, it's before beauty. I'd rather live in an ugly, homely little place and be free than be surrounded by all the beauty in the world and be stuck in a codependent relationship or some other entrapment, such as an abusive job, etc. And I've known that for a long time. I love beauty. It's fantastic. Love it. But it may not make me as happy as freedom in sort of a homely, plain environment. So those are some of my riffs. Next time I'm going to talk about the freedom leader. But today I'm just talking about freedom. So please feel free to post, share what your take is on this. And I will see you soon. And the next Freedom Circle gathering is on Saturday, March 9th from 2 to 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time. You are invited, and you can click on the invitation link to get registered. I think it's on the side of your Facebook page. Ciao, Bella!